eat Caucasian food. We are not Caucasian, we are not Chinese, we are black. And what does that mean? Well, I use the word black, and I use that too loosely, because I don't like the word.
What's a good word?
I don't even know. White collars or serve anything.
The shadows.
No, I am. You call me Negro, you call me nigger, you call me colored boy, you call me black, you call me African. I'm not an African. Because the continent was not named Africa until a white man named it Africa. So what are we?
Planetary.
Thank you very much.
She has a question for you.
Yes, I just want to end because people be talking about how spirulina and wheatgrass is so good. I want you to just explain to them that.
Who are you?
So good. I'm Bayana.
Bayana asked a question about spirulina and wheatgrass. Spirulina, I mean, where does spirulina grow? It's a hybrid. And what about the wheatgrass? Hybrid. Wheat kernels. When in my embryonic stages, and I must admit it was later than that, because I was in New York practicing this thing already, and I was using wheat to produce wheatgrass to be juice, and here I am with my little cup of wheatgrass juice. I got the best chlorophyll in the world. Man, a little lady, 94 years of age, named Mrs. Holloman, said, "You're out of your mind. You're not going to recommend that to yourself and to no one else." Why, Mrs. Holloman? Because this stuff is poison. Wheatgrass juice. But just a minute, is wheat natural? I said, no, the fendo is natural. The teff is natural, but not the wheat. You make bread out of fendo. You make bread out of the which is the teff, which is the Ethiopian that makes the injera. The brown injera is made from teff. But as far as the wheat, we have to remember the amaranth, which is natural. But this thing we call wheat definitely was made in Europe. So now, when we grow this kernel and we squeeze it, we are getting sugar and starch. So in my brain tells me, don't use it no more. So what you use? Sprout something natural. So I went and got some amaranth, and amaranth seed could be acquired right now in Brooklyn. It grows all over the place. You take the little seeds and you put them on the bed right now, and you cover them with the soil. In 21 days, the wheatgrass sprout. But the amaranth would not sprout in 21 days. Why? The amaranth only sprout once a year in the spring. So I was angry because the amaranth did not sprout. Then the amaranth laughed at me and said, "You want me to sprout along with something hybrid?" Well, I'm very sorry, I only sprout once a year. But the product I produce is food. And when the amaranth sprout came, I was eating amaranth sprout, and I was high for about 3 months. I was on this high, this energy. Because the molecular structure is complete, and therefore it deems that stuff electrical. If the molecular structure is incomplete, meaning a hybrid plant, it cannot be electrical. If man could make a substance in a laboratory, such as a vitamin B, vitamin B, C, vitamin B12, inositol, zinc, all this stuff. Hey, look, just a minute. How could you make in a laboratory a substance that would help me biologically or physiologically? If you could do that, and if you could really do that, then you're God. Only nature or God makes something electrical. No man could do that. I'm going to give a simple example. On the planet, minerals are expressed in two forms. One phosphate, one oxide. Meaning what? There are 142 minerals. We begin with gold, silver, opium, iron, phosphorus, iron, magnesium. They come in the form of a rock. 142 different minerals in the planet. They come in the form of a rock. But that rock also have a plant that is representative of that mineral. The plant contains gold. Gold? You may ask, well, why should it be so difficult for you to understand that? Don't you take burdock for iron? And what's the difference with iron and gold? They both are minerals. But now you have them in a plant form. Why a plant form? Because the plant, in sending its root into the soil, it converts that solid rock into a liquid digestible substance. The scientists call that process of conversion iontrophoresis. Iontrophoresis could only be accomplished by a plant, not a laboratory. You can't take a piece of rock that is iron into a laboratory and get a liquid from it that's going to be digestible, because now it becomes non-electrical. The plant makes it electrical. And when you drink it, it is pre-digested for you electrically, so that no one snow you. The minerals that the body needs cannot be found in any health food store. No vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin A. The body is not made up of any alphabetical order. It is made up of minerals. And when those minerals have been depleted by the presence of disease, a disease ensues. So you have to replace them in a natural form, in the form of a rock or a plant. A plant, because it is alive and it is electrical. Why does it have to be electrical? Because the body is electrical. How could you feed an electric body dead food? You just can't do that. That's not consistency. Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Sebi. So basically, when a person goes to a hospital and they're given so-called treatments, now basically we know when somebody is treated for something, it has nothing to do with being cured. And when you have something like the American Cancer Society, they mention nothing about curing people. They're just a cancer society, which is they study some more, get some more money and keep studying, with never really finding a cure, when the cure basically is something that's natural in the ground, where the person can heal itself, the body can heal itself eventually. But yet what they do is they propagandize a natural disease and made a big multi-billion-dollar industry.
Of course, and they're right 100%. If I was a Caucasian,
Thank God you're not.
defending my people and my economic position, do you think that I would undermine that position by telling the world, here is a black man named Dr. Sebi that have cured diabetes, sickle cell anemia, leukemia? Then what's going to happen to his laboratories? What's going to happen to his pharmaceutical laboratories? But why should we be concerned with the American Medical Association?
Anyway.
Why should we be concerned with that? I know I weren't.
And what's the name of this medical thing that goes to Europe and spreading AIDS among our folks? What is it? What's the name of it?
The World Health Organization.
Yeah. World Health. Who? Yeah. Who?
They tell you
WHO. What do you think about them? They're going all over the place. That's our.
I was in Washington, D.C. in the year of 1982, and this brother, who is a doctor, who worked for the WHO, personally told me that they threw in the towel 20 years ago, that they knew that there was no cure for any disease. They never had one. I mean, the physician didn't go to school to learn to cure anyone. The discipline just doesn't house that. So again, we should not be bringing them up. It's of no consequence.